Well, here's another thing I've learned. After I put it in God's hand, if I take it out, I mess everything up again. Let me ask you a question. Why did you take it out of God's hand? You committed it to Him. You prayed and cried about it and felt that the Lord was going to take care of it. And now you took it out of His hand because He wasn't moving quickly enough. He wasn't doing it the way you thought it should be done. In your panic, in your prayerlessness, in your own very deep concern for the person or the situation, you thought you'd move in and help God out a little bit, speed the process up, and now look what's happened. See, He's the potter. He knows what He wants to do. He knows something on an eternal basis. We're just looking at it through eyes of right now. If it's our child, we want them fixed right now. We want them to look a certain way. We want to see and hear certain results. So we take that child that we put in God's hand out of His hand, and we start working a little faster and making it to look more like what we expect. Or if it's the business. You know, I go through lists all the times when I do this. Business, family, personal health, spiritual health, all those things. Whatever it is, once you put it in God's hands, you got to leave it there. He is the potter. And you cannot be taking things, the clay, whatever He's working with, the mud, out of God's hand, thinking that you can do it quicker and better. It always gets worse. Now, I know a lot of times we relegate the potter and the clay to His fashioning us for His glory, and that's what it really is about. But you know, sometimes we kind of think this deals with our personal situations. We give them to God because they are wearing us out. But God seems slow and old, and He doesn't seem to have a contemporary point of view. His fashion is kind of old. So what do? We get all hyped up and bent out of shape and want things to happen right now. Time is running out, we say. We panic. Actually, we don't trust God. And if you don't trust God with everything to the point that you leave it with Him, then you've not trusted Him at all. So let me just tell you this. Put it back in His hand. Just put it back. Put it back and walk away from it and rejoice that God is good and God is faithful. Put it back. If it's that child you love more than life itself, put it back in God's hand. Put Him back in God's hand. Just put it back. The sooner you do, the better it will be, the quicker you will see God's results in the matter. That's another thing I've learned.